It was about 11:15 Friday night. Steve was right here in his garage with his brand new Jetta parked running in the driveway when two people brazenly walked right up with the intention of stealing it. And they had a gun. The whole incident was captured on the home's security camera. The security video shows two people with masks on casually walking up the driveway and getting into the car. You can see the driver holding the gun. He then passes it to his accomplice. The video doesn't show the most frightening moment in Steve's life, but he demonstrates it.
The driver was already in the vehicle, and the passenger was just getting in as I was running towards him.
Yeah.
So as he was getting in, he saw me coming and pointed the gun at me like this.
Steve had just picked up his new Jetta the day before and was doing a little work on it in the driveway of his Brampton home when it happened. He's got a wife and 3 kids. The gun turned out to be a replica, but Steve didn't know that. And while his first instinct was to yell at the carjackers and chase them down, he wisely backed off immediately.
When you see what looks like to be a handgun pointed at you, that changes everything, right? Split second thinking about the family, the kids, and nothing is worth it at that point.
Instead, Steve ran inside to alert his wife, Julie.
I heard him yelling. He opened the garage door and he came in yelling at me to call 911. It was extremely scary. I don't know how I made it through a phone call with 911. I was that shaky because you don't expect something like this to happen in your own home, basically.
Police were there within 5 minutes, and then they got a lucky break. Steve had left his phone in his car, so they were able to track the vehicle's exact movements on Steve's iPad thanks to the Find My Phone app.
And at that point, they took the iPad from my husband so they could relay over their radios where they were, what directions they were going. And we were hearing everything that was happening over the police radio, and we had heard everything right down to the takedown.
Police were able to arrest 2 teenagers, a 19-year-old and 17-year-old minor. They're both facing multiple charges. Steve's vehicle was recovered within 20 minutes of the theft with only minor damage. That was not the only terrifying armed carjacking incident in Peel Region in the last few days. And at about the same time of night, on Sunday, a woman had been shopping here at South Common Mall and returned to her car about 11. She had just gotten into her black Ford Escape, similar to this one, when a man with a gun ordered her out, jumped in and took off. Police responded a short time later to the mall, which is at Erin Mills in Burnhamthorpe. They spotted what they thought might be the stolen SUV in a gas station parking lot on Burnhamthorpe. When officers pulled up, they say the driver threw the car into reverse and deliberately rammed into their cruiser before driving off. Peel police were not willing to speak about either of these carjackings today, but in a news release say they're still looking for the Ford Escape with rear-end damage and 1 male suspect. As for the Brampton couple, they say they were so traumatized by their ordeal, they're planning to move. We were tipped off to that story by a CityNews viewer. If you have news to share, here's how to get in touch.